Have you ever wondered if there's a map for spiritual growth? A step-by-step guide to becoming a truly enlightened being? Well, it turns out an ancient Buddhist text provides just that, a detailed 10-stage path for becoming a bodhisattva, someone who's completely dedicated to freeing all beings from suffering.
So, where does this all come from? Our guide for this journey is the Sutra on the 10 Stages. It was translated into Chinese way back during the Western Jin dynasty, so we're talking around the 3rd or 4th century. This isn't a modern interpretation. We are looking at a truly ancient and foundational map of this profound spiritual path.
The whole thing kicks off with this incredible scene. A bodhisattva, his name is Dame Moti, goes into this super deep meditation. And his mind just expands. He has this unbelievable cosmic vision. He sees Buddhas everywhere, in every direction. Not just a few, but countless Buddhas. As many as tiny specks of dust in 1,000 different universes. Now, seeing something like that, it's more than just a light show. It brings up a huge question. One that was put to all of those enlightened beings he saw. How do you get there? What is the actual path that leads to this state? And the answer they gave is the heart of this text, a 10-stage path of practice. All right, let's dive in at the very beginning. The first few stages are all about building the foundation for what is, let's be honest, an immense journey. This is where all the essential groundwork gets laid. So you've got these first 3 stages, or dwellings. They're distinct, but they're totally interconnected. It all starts with getting inspired. Then that inspiration turns into motivation, and then the really deep work of looking at reality begins. Let's break each one down. The journey begins with faith, but we're not talking about blind faith here. The text says the practitioner sees the Buddha's qualities, their incredible wisdom, their graceful presence, their amazing skill as a teacher. And from really seeing that, this deep confidence is born. It's that aha moment of realizing, wow, that state of perfection is actually possible. Okay. Now the focus shifts in a really fascinating way. Stage 2 is all about cultivating this huge, compassionate mind. The Bodhisattva develops 10 specific, pretty radical thoughts. They learn to see every single living being as their teacher, to look at them as if they were already a Buddha, and to have this powerful, overwhelming wish to protect them all from any harm. So, with that inspiration and compassion locked in, stage 3 turns the focus inward. The practitioner starts to directly investigate the fundamental nature of reality itself. This is where the wisdom part of the path really kicks into high gear. The first of 10 big insights in this stage is understanding impermanence. The Bodhisattva sees with total clarity that everything, every single object, every thought, every feeling, every situation is constantly changing. Nothing is static. Nothing is permanent. And building right on top of that, the second insight is that all of this conditioned existence has a baseline level of unsatisfactoriness, or suffering. Why? Well, because everything is impermanent, our natural tendency to cling to things as if they were permanent is always going to lead to disappointment and stress. And this all leads to the absolute game changer. The third point is that all things are empty, or 虚空. Now, this is crucial. It doesn't mean nothing exists. It means that things don't have their own independent, permanent self. Everything is interconnected, everything is dependent on everything else, and everything is fundamentally open. This single insight is the gateway to all the higher stages. Let's see how this builds. With that initial grasp of emptiness, the practitioner is now ready to really deepen that realization. We're moving into the middle stages of the path. Stage 4 is a huge milestone. By truly, deeply understanding that everything is empty and dreamlike, the practitioner is said to be born into the family of the Buddhas. Think of it like a profound spiritual rebirth. It means you're now genuinely on the path to enlightenment. And this is so important. This wisdom isn't just something to sit and ponder. In stage 5, it gets put into action through what's called skillful means. The Bodhisattva uses their deep understanding of how reality works to help others in the most effective ways possible, dedicating every single action to that one goal, universal enlightenment. By the time we get to stage 6, this blend of wisdom and action creates this incredible mental stability. The text puts it so clearly. Whether the Bodhisattva hears people praising the path or harshly criticizing it, their mind remains completely stable. It's like a mountain, it just does not move.
Now we're arriving at a truly pivotal point in this whole journey. The seventh stage is famous. It's known as the point of no return. This stage is called non-retrogression. Awa-yu-jay. What does that mean? It means the Bodhisattva's conviction is now absolute. As the sutra explains it, even if they hear someone say with total certainty, there's no such thing as a Buddha, or Bodhisattvas don't exist, their mind isn't shaken one bit. There's no falling back from the path anymore. So, from that rock-solid foundation, the Bodhisattva enters the final 3 stages. And this is where things accelerate, and they start developing these extraordinary abilities as they get closer and closer to full Buddhahood. At stage 8, called the youthful Bodhisattva stage, purity just becomes second nature. Every action, every word, every thought is spontaneously good and wholesome. And this state of purity unlocks some profound abilities, like knowing the thoughts of others and being able to travel to any universe, anywhere, just like that. Then, in stage 9, the Bodhisattva becomes a Dharma prince, which is the perfect title, really. It's like they're the heir to the entire kingdom of wisdom. Their knowledge becomes panoramic. They can see the web of karma that shapes everything, they can see the past and future lives of all beings, and they understand the complex structure of countless worlds. And finally, we reach stage 10, the consecrated one. At this point, the Bodhisattva is right on the verge of full Buddhahood, and their power is almost, well, it's unimaginable. With just a single thought, they can shake worlds. With a single ray of light, they can illuminate the entire cosmos. And in every single moment, they are liberating countless beings from suffering. Wow, okay, after walking through all 10 of those stages, let's just take a moment to look back at the whole arc of this incredible path of transformation. It all begins with faith, a faith born from seeing what's possible. That leads to this deep insight into the true nature of reality. That insight then becomes rock solid at the point of no return, where their conviction is absolute, and it all culminates in a state of nearly limitless power and wisdom, used for one reason only, to benefit others. It's a complete roadmap from a total beginner to an enlightened master. So we've just explored a spiritual blueprint that's almost 2,000 years old. It's a path of radical self-improvement, not for selfish reasons, but for the sole purpose of serving the world. And that leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. What does a vision of a profound inner journey, one dedicated to universal compassion, really mean for us today?